So if you joined us for our last podcast, we talked about planning your best year ever, which is awesome. But how do you plan your best year without looking into the past a little bit, right?
You got to know where you've been to know where you're going. So
yeah.
2024, what a year.
Yeah, let's recap it.
Let's do it.
Because what a year is right.
We had some great wins in 2024, and it was a tough year.
Yeah.
It was a tough year. I mean, we did okay. I'm still very happy with our performance, and the loan officers did quite well. But let's talk about 2024.
I think overall a success. But yeah, I mean, one of our big things was our mission statement, being fast, enjoyable, and consistent. So how would you say that went this year?
Well, this is a win for us. Let's talk about fast. People talk about speed, and when you see some of these loan officers out there shouting from the rooftops, "Hey, we did something fast. We did it in 10 days."
Yeah.
So this is something that I'm extraordinarily proud of for Morgan Financial.
Mm-hmm.
We actually 95% of our loans, 95%, so the vast, vast majority are clear to close in 10 days or less.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, here's an even more astounding stat. All of our loans, all types, all year, on average, 6.99 days from signed loan application to clear to close.
That's incredible.
That's incredible. And I don't know anyone else in the industry that can tout those kind of stats.
Legally, what's the fastest that you can close a loan?
You can't actually close that fast. But we were clear to close. We call it ready to close in that time, because at the end of the transaction, the last thing you want to be worrying about is an approval.
Right.
And we actually moved loans up. We didn't move any loans back to our fault. Mm-hmm. We only moved loans up to close faster to meet needs of borrowers and sellers and real estate agents and all these things.
Yeah.
So fast. We are definitely, without a doubt, lightning quick, right?
We got that one down.
Consistent and enjoyable. Now, consistent and enjoyable, a little bit harder to measure, but one thing I'll tout is our NPS score, Net Promoter Score. And this is a widely recognized scientifically derived data where we actually survey our customers, every single customer, every single time. They don't always respond.
Yeah.
But we survey every single customer every single time and ask them the same question. Would you recommend Morgan Financial to your friends and family? And that is, by definition, the Net Promoter Score question. And, let me talk about industry standards, okay? This was astounding. There's a publicly traded company. I'll say their name because this is public information. It was in their annual report for 2023. Their annual report for 2023, let me see, it says maintained an NPS of 74, including sustained excellence in customer service. This was referenced in their annual report and was cleared through the SEC. So this is widely documented from Rocket Mortgage. A lot of people, this is a very good company. I believe it's a good competition. They do a good job. Their NPS score was 74, and they touted that publicly.
Well, it's considered good.
It's
right?
considered excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. Morgan Financial's NPS score. You want to guess what it is? You already know, don't you?
I do know.
Okay.
I cheated a little bit, but
well, what is it?
96?
95.
95.
Okay, you gave us an extra point. Maybe next year.
I just like us that much.
I do too. 95 was our NPS score. That shows we're enjoyable.
Yeah.
And I don't think people realize that the way that score is derived, you actually, if it's a 9 or a 10, that's good. And a 6, a 7, or an 8 is no effect. And anything under a 6 gets you detracts from your score.
Wow.
So we had almost perfect score.
Yeah.
And that is an outstanding accomplishment that we don't talk about enough, nor do we tout. But a 95 for our company is just incredible. So I believe that shows we're fast. We're definitely fast.
Yeah.
That we're enjoyable. Otherwise, we wouldn't have a 95. It's not a 95%. It's even better than that. Anything over 80 is considered world class.
Wow.
And so that's not me talking. That's the science. Look it up. Net Promoter Score, NPS. Look up, you can fact check me on all these things. Write down in the comments below if I'm wrong. But 95, that's pretty flippin' amazing.
It is pretty amazing.
That's us being enjoyable and consistent as well.
Awesome.
So I believe that in those means we're doing our best to hit that mission statement of being fast, enjoyable, and consistent in order to hit our vision statement, which is creating an environment for others to prosper. That's our clients, our business partners, others. So we believe if we create that environment for others to prosper by being fast, enjoyable, and consistent.
Lovely. So with that being said, what have we done at Morgan Financial to improve the client experience this past year?
That's a great question. So one of the big things we've done that's not really public, we actually have an internal automation team. Now, I don't want automation at the sake of customer service and personal touch.
Yeah.
I don't ever want the client to feel like they're being treated by a machine.
I think sometimes just automation in general scares people. They think, oh, well, now there's not a person that I'm going to be able to work with.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than calling your bank and it's like, press 1 for this, 2 for this, and 3. And now
awful.
look, we have some of those prompts to get to our loan officers. They all have direct lines. But at some point, yeah, you might hit a system, but getting stuck in a loop, that's terrible. Getting stuck in an automation loop is the worst.
So that's not what you mean by automation
That is
then?
not what we mean.
Okay.
We're talking about automating tasks internally. How do we do 6.99 days clear to close? Well, there's automation in there that the customer will only feel because it was fast, enjoyable, and consistent, not because they felt like a machine was touching them.
Yeah.
Right? And so there's that one piece. That was all in a means to improve customer service, to create automations on the back end, but keep the personal touch on the front end that they're talking to a human. They're going over options. They're being educated and doing all the things that machines will probably do in the future, but right now they're not real good at it.
Yeah.
So that's something we're really proud of, and we're creating more automations with the spirit of being fast, enjoyable, and consistent.
Awesome. So what role would you say that education has played this past year?
That's a good question. I mean, we educate our clients past, present, and future. We do this through podcasts like this.
Sure.
We do it through educational emails that we send out, that we believe are educating the client. We do it through loan officer, the way they consult with the client, understand their needs, solve their problems, and educating them in the process along the way. We also do it through podcasts, through our Keeping Your Business on Track series. We educate our internal people on a daily basis. We actually have meetings every single morning for our sales team where other people from the company Zoom into. And it's about a 15 to 30 minute meeting every single day to make sure our education is top priority for our loan officers, to make sure they're on, they're up to date on all the regulations, rules, and guidelines on the market. So they understand what's going on with the mortgage-backed security market and can talk about it in real terms with their clients and customers.
Right.
And so I believe that's shaped our success. One of the things that shaped our success. Now, other companies out there, if they want to take that and run with it, good, because more educated loan officers is better for everyone.
I would agree.
Yeah, fair competition is a good thing.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you've been in a mortgage loan originator for a year, 5 years, or if you've been in here for 10 to 15. We have a room full of seasoned professionals, so you don't have to feel like you're alone on an island.
We have a couple of the top producers in Brevard County, top producers, and they're in there every morning.
Yeah.
Why are they top producers? I don't know. Maybe because they're in there every morning.
Maybe the internal education.
They're also awesome people. I mean, I can vouch for that, but you got to continually improve. And that's what education is all about. So recapping for 2024, I'd definitely say that our mission statement of being fast, enjoyable, and consistent, I believe we hit that.
Yeah.
Could we improve upon it? Absolutely. And that's what 2025 is for.
Right.
Innovations in automation with the personal touch and not losing that personal touch so the client doesn't feel it, but they feel us being fast, enjoyable, and consistent.
Yeah.
Right. And also for our partners, the educational piece for our partners, creating an environment for others to prosper with education, for our partners past, present, and future, our clients past, present, and future, as well as other people in our industry, our own internal people. The education piece, I think, was a big highlight of 2024.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I know we're not huge fans of spoiler alerts, but can you give me some insights to our next podcast?
We are definitely, our next podcast, the last one of the year, is going to be my favorite, one of my favorites. I got to say, I like a lot of them. But it's going to be talking all about our predictions for 2025. And I'll admit that my predictions for 2024 were not all correct. I know, right? They were dead outright wrong in some. I mean, I could probably spin and say, yeah, I was right, but I don't want to do that because I wasn't right.
Yeah.
I was wrong on a couple things. I'd love to tell you about that next episode, next week, and we'll probably be the last one of the year, I think.
Last one of the year.
So Thanks for tuning in. If you're not a subscriber, you better subscribe. I shouldn't say you can do what you want to do, but I would greatly appreciate your subscription so you can hear what we're doing next week and hit that little bell notification so it'll come to you. And like this one, because that helps the algorithm. And please help us out. Our little channel grow here. Love to see it. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us, Lindsay, as well.
Thanks for having me.